Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. I am in Hereford, Arizona. Actually, I'm back in Hereford, Arizona. Ralph and I were here along with Alan Decker about 1 year ago today. We did a really awesome project for Lee here, who is a fantastic customer. It was a memorial pond for her husband Bill that passed away. That looks amazing. Now we're back to build another water feature.
Action. All right. Water features are an addiction, and not so much for the people, but for our pets also. So this Pondless Waterfall is specifically for Willie, and that is Lee's puppy. And Willie loves the water, loves laying in the streams of the pond. However, Lee doesn't want the pond to be used that way. So we're here to do a Willie Pondless Waterfall in the front yard. So we've got an awesome canvas to work with. And what we're gonna end up doing is a little boulder retaining wall right here, have a low profile start of our headwaters. It's gonna flow towards the house, towards the kitchen window, towards the front door, and then take a turn. It's gonna pool in this area, turn and run right through. Now we've got an obstacle in the way. We're gonna get the saw out and do some quick work to this section of concrete and do some really cool cobblestones in here, some flat pieces, so it's a nice smooth transition for Lee to walk right through. And then the water's gonna flow right through that stonework. And then as that comes through, we're gonna have another pooling area here where the big waters intersect. And about where this cactus is where we're gonna start with the big rocks and big water. When I say big rocks, I mean big rocks. Jack and I, with Brian Helfrich, got an opportunity to work with these rocks earlier this year up in Prescott, Arizona. So we loved them so much, we brought them down to this area. So we're going to create some really cool walk paths and some cool falls, cool outcroppings with some big stones. And I love the moss and lichens and veins on these. These are going to really set this off.
I'm so excited to work with my friends. Love working with Charlie. Of course, I mean, I can't get rid of this guy.
You're welcome.
We're gonna have some fun out front here. Lee is gonna have just an aquatic paradise throughout her entire yard. First thing we're gonna do is get rolling on that small waterfall. It's gonna face the kitchen, get ourselves through that sidewalk, and then get started on the rest of this waterfall. Let's make this happen. But before I go, you know, last time we were here, we did bring back Ralph's challenge, and I feel like, remember this, Ralph?
I don't know why you'd want to put that nasty thing in your mouth.
Dude.
How do you know what?
Look at the pinchers on that thing.
Oh,
You should take the head off first.
don't eat the pincher part.
Don't
Listen, whatever you do, don't chew it, just swallow it.
I'm never coming back here again.
We know this.
This is a big one.
Come on, we won't respect you if you don't do it.
Oh!
Like, I feel like we really, we gotta step it up. I mean, that was awesome, but what are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna figure this out. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'll figure this out.
There's something I need you to know. It's too cold.
We've got a beautiful sunny start to day two. Our front door waterfall, we'll call it, is really taking shape. This pooling area is shaping out. I put this rock in here to really just give it some substance. I wanted to have something that anchored here. I didn't want to just do a bunch of small rocks making a big ring because it wouldn't look very natural. We want to bump in and out, and that's what this helps with that section. What I want to do in between these two rocks is take some of our larger cobbles, probably like a 3 to 5 inch cobble, and kind of wash this out where we go from the bottom level and ramp it up in there almost like a little beach area. That's going to help just change the look and soften up the edges. Got Ralph up top here at the start of the waterfall. He's going to be installing our spillway.
Okay, so up at the top, this is where those headwaters are going to start. We're using the spillway, so got a real tight fit in here. The way this is gonna go in, it's gonna get just tucked in right there. We're gonna have to modify it a little bit. I think we're gonna shave a side off because we're gonna put some rock right here. We don't want to restrict any water flow, so that water is going to come rushing out and turn and go over our cascades. So this is going to be so hidden, you'll never see the source of the water. The reason why we use these diffusers is it evens out the flow of the water. So you can see where the pipe comes into the back of the spillway. It comes in and hits this wall in here, spreads it out, calms the water down, and then goes through another restrictor within the spillway and really softens the exit point so it comes out as a nice clean flow. If we didn't use this, water would be just coming out like a fire hose, and it's really difficult to make that look natural.
So while Ralph buttons that up, Charlie and I are gonna pull the liner back, and we're gonna be installing those big steppers that we test fit yesterday that were just in the dirt. I'm expecting big progress today. Right, Charles?
I'm sure hoping so.
The joke's on you.
You guys got me on the job, so we'll get done. Don't worry about it.
We got the butt kicker here. Let's make it happen. Been a minute since I worked on some floating steps, but this is going to be such a cool effect. All these are set on a bed of concrete. There's about 4 inches of concrete underneath each one. They're all exactly the same level, so when you're coming off of the step from the sidewalk, these are all carrying the same elevation right through here. Once the water gets going, it's going to be flowing through all these different channels. It's going to give you such a cool feel walking across the water, and it will look like those steps are actually floating in the water.
Next step is we've got to get that excavator pulled back. We got to do some dirt work, get our elevation set, and push some of that mound of dirt because it's time to start setting some big framing rocks. So the goal is to get some big framing rocks set between today and tomorrow, and then it's just gravy from there, working our way down to that vault.
This will end up being the larger of the 2 sets of waterfalls that we're building. The small one here really is just to provide the sight and the sound up close where the kitchen window is, and then when Lee sits out here on the front porch, it's got a nice soothing sound. Back there, we're gonna build some large cascades. We've got multiple pumps that are gonna feed this, so we wanna get some big water coming off of these rocks. Our concrete has all set up on these stepping stones. These are super solid, looking great. And this is the beginning stages of the waterfall. So we're gonna have a large dirt mound back here, which is gonna be starting the waterfall. This is gonna be the spill that comes in to join the whole stream system. I see water coming off of this side as well as this side. And then we put this rock next to it where it can bounce onto there and create another cascade. Now we've got to start layering back. We want to get at least one more big drop. We're probably going to go off to the left here so we get some cool back and forth action where it drops off this way, pulls up, and then comes off of that rock into this whole stream. From there, it's going to work its way down to a final drop into our 1,000-gallon reservoir. As we're building this waterfall, we'll be using some concrete cloth back behind our fabric and liner. There are gophers here and other animals. We want to make sure they don't get back behind these big boulders and do some damage. So those are some of the things we'll do to make sure we protect our liner. Get that in, get some big boulders strapped up, get them set in here, and get this big waterfall going. We just set the largest rock we have. That excavator really struggled with this rock. It's over 2 tons. This monster is so cool. I love the way it looked on the pallet, and being here in the water feature now, it's found its forever home. We tied it right up against this weir stone. We're gonna have a waterfall coming off here, and then we've got all the layering going back of all these boulders. So this is pretty much done. Just needs some touch-up work. We're done with the big waterfall. Steppers are in. Now we're making our way over to where we've got to install our reservoir.
These are our cavities that create that vault that stores all the water. So a large aqua block actually holds 32 gallons of water. So with 30 blocks, this is over 1,000 gallons of water storage. And over here, this is our Pondless Waterfall pump vault. So the pump is gonna live inside of here. And we actually have to, because of the size of the aqua blocks, we have to put extensions on here to get them up high enough. So we've got to put 2 extensions on each vault and then put those pumps in. The plumbing will come out of the back of these to help circulate that water.
And this is where we're ending part 1. Come on back next week. We're getting that reservoir installed and we are firing this up, and we're gonna see what Lee and Willie the dog think of their brand new water feature here in the front yard. Matter of fact, when you come back next week, we'll show you the whole backyard again. We'll go do a whole tour of this water feature, the other one. So come back, hit the subscribe button. Every Friday, 4 p.m., we're here doing this. And get over there to PONDSCAPES AZ. I mean, this guy he's desperate for people to go subscribe.
I hope you unsubscribe from my channel.
And don't forget my buddy Charlie Holland. He's over there, Chester Hollow Water Gardens on YouTube. All right, guys. See you on the next one.